and it isn't for anything. It's just for why not.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't have to be relaxing in what you think it is, as long as it's not for an end goal that's work or productivity.
That's the gold nugget of this conversation.
We got there. Thank you.
Welcome back to the Sharehouse. I'm Mikey D. I'm joined by my best friend in the entire world, Joel Harris.
Hello, everybody.
And today we have the pleasure of chatting about the finer things in life like relaxation with comedian, improviser, clown college attendee graduate, Conk.
It's Conk.
Hi, Conk. How you doing?
I'm all right. Hot one today. Be careful out there. It's a hot one.
It's a hard day to relax, but we would like to talk about relaxation
Yes.
with you because it is something that I think is hard to achieve in this day and age. Am I right, guys?
Yeah. But also the struggling with the guilt, not just like the fact it's hard to find ways to relax, but it also we feel really guilty doing the big relax.
Yes.
Which is what you originally came and pitched to me.
Yes.
So paint me the picture that you often find yourself in.
Well, it kind of, when I was like sharing a house with another couple, it wasn't so much like inability to relax. It was more like being embarrassed by the game I was playing. Like I was so into it, loving it. And then she'd come in, she was being super lovely, like, oh, what's this one about? And I'm like, oh, it's like a Metroidvania. It's and I've got to collect the gem from never mind. That says more about me.
It's Call of Duty. It's guns and shooting them up.
Yeah.
Essentially, I'm making kids angry on the internet.
No, I understand the shame in the little things you like to do to unwind that might be a little bit on the side of frowned upon.
Yeah. It's like, I just want to do this by myself.
Yes.
I don't need someone commenting on this.
Yeah.
Making me aware of how infantile it actually is. But again, that says more about me.
But in a share home of adults, often you can't really hide that sort of stuff, especially if TV out in communal space and not in room. And sometimes you can't really hide it, but it's still your home. You should be able to just kind of do what you like without that guilt.
Yeah.
Well, so I think today we'd like to talk about mitigating that before we go into the things we can do to actually relax.
Yes.
I would like people to learn from the wise minds that we brought, the council we've assembled today.
Yeah. Well, sometimes like things I'm nostalgic for, like I'll try and like rewatch it or replay it from my childhood, but I don't enjoy it as much. But it's just because I'm not carefree anymore.
Yeah.
It's still just as good, but I'm like, I'm wasting time.
Yeah.
I think I replay Rayman 2: The Great Escape just about every year.
Yeah.
And the escape is getting harder and harder.
Yeah,
It's escape from the reality of life.
I know every corner, every turn, every lump I need. Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous.
No,
but there is something inherently relaxing about just experiencing that again and like kind of patting my inner 5-year-old on the back.
Yeah. Yeah, we can have this time together again, old friend.
Yeah.
I had a big think about this the other day when I was trying to relax and I just couldn't because I did feel that same shame guilt because I knew girlfriend was coming home and she just did a big day of nursing and I was drawing pretty pictures and I thought, oh, this is kind of embarrassing. I'm cartooning as a 26-year-old. So I had to go through the process of telling myself why I need relaxation. And it changed my world. Because I said to myself, okay, if I treat relaxation like a job today, that I need to get this done, otherwise I won't be able to do my other work.
Yeah.
Then it's a necessity. And that was like, I felt so good drawing that picture. And she came home. Not only did I get up, give her a hug, I said, look what I did.
Be proud of it.
Yeah. You should come look at the gems I'm collecting. You should be able to do that.
Yeah. 100%.
Because I think... Because could you imagine not relaxing? Like the lives, because I know you live a very busy life as well, putting on shows, putting out a weekly podcast and whatnot.
Full-time job, and then you're like, can't be tired, time for your other job.
Yeah. Could you imagine what you would be like without doing your forms of relaxation?
Yeah. Actually, once in uni, I had an ambulance called for me because I didn't know at the time, but I think it was just a panic attack because I was just so overworked. People were asking me to do stuff and I was just couldn't breathe on the ground shaking. And I was like, well, guess I'm dying. And then the paramedics came, they're like, no, you're fine. And I was like, okay.
You're just like, what, incredibly stressed?
Left you on the ground shaking. Here we are. Get him some Barocca.
Yeah. And then, so that's what can happen if you don't relax, at least for me.
Wow.
Yeah. And I can feel it coming on now and I'm like, all right, drop everything. Take a few days off, even if it means... Well, no, you still got to meet deadlines and stuff. But as best as you can, like...
So do you think it's more reactive than proactive with your relaxation time?
Potentially.
Yeah.
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 Like,
Yeah.
time to relax. I hit my quota. Rather than,
I'm on the ground shaking in the ambulance here. I think something's gone wrong.
That's actually quite nice.
So would you say gaming's your
Something, yeah. Because you have to focus on it. And you're like watching a movie, you can be on your phone, you can do reply to emails, anything. But then I try and, like you said, treat it like a job. Sometimes I try and treat it like a job, and I'll play a game and listen to a podcast and have music, like, so I can get it all done. Done all my relaxing at once. And then it's not relaxing.
That's crazy.
Because I think speed run it all.
Because my go-to for relaxing is often like toss out the phone, try and only consume the one thing, if anything, because it's the multiple things running around in my brain that kind of stresses me out.
Yeah.
So I really need to get away from the task switching and just have like the one movie without the phone or the music. So that's nuts that you're able to juggle all those things.
A movie, like a foreign movie with subtitles, that helps. You have to watch it. If you look away for a second, you're lost. So you have to focus. That really is really good.
That is super smart.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, you know, because I'm at the point of, and it's a topic beaten to death at the moment, but my retention span's so bad that I have a YouTube video teed up as I'm watching a movie.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is embarrassing, Michael. You can't be like this.
And it's like you think it's relaxing, but I don't think it is.
No.
Because I think you're very high-strung and high-wired when you're like doing this and staying in that zone and having multiple things going at once.
Yeah, it's like you enter a void for an hour and it's neither relaxing nor non-relaxing, but you're just kind of existing in this weird plane of nothingness.
Yeah.
That was too deep. Let's run that one.
No, but I related to...
Do you guys ever feel like you're in a void of nothingness?
Oh, yeah.
But people do. They go home, they sit on their couch, they get on TikTok and 2 hours disappear. It's like, what happened? Where do you go? You are in that abyss.
I think mindlessness is a good way to ease yourself into relaxation as long as there's something afterwards that genuinely is resetting your mind. Because what is relaxation? It should be starting to slow down. So I think doing something mindless like TikTok for maybe like 30 minutes, okay. Maybe scroll for 30 minutes. That's
Set a timer on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good to have a go-to. And it's interesting that you say it's more reactive with you. And I relate, like I forget to relax. Like I don't schedule relaxation, but my head gets to a point where like I really feel that, oh man, I need to slow down. I'm getting really, really stressed in the day-to-day at the moment.
Yeah. Especially with freelancing.
Yeah.
It's so hard because there's no
place.
structure. Yeah, you know, Monday to Friday. Yeah.
Yeah.
If opportunities arise.
And if I'm not in the mood to relax, if I schedule it, I'll get to that time and be like, no, it's work time. I'm in work mode. I can't do this right now. Like,
that's an art
take it when you get it
too, isn't it?
Yeah.
Taking that and going, I actually have to stop. Because you could do 7 days a week for the remainder of your life if you wanted to.
Oh, like, it sounds nice though. Get so much done.
I just want to be a billionaire. Yeah, well, you're a person that gets caught quite often on your little couch in your bedroom sipping a tea.
Yeah, I get tangled in the web. Because I feel like I'm always trying to wire myself. Like I'm always trying to like find the thing on the phone that excites me or play the thing on the TV. Like I'm looking for those little nuggets of dopamine. Just let me eat them up. So I sometimes have to resort to literally just sitting and doing nothing but sipping a tea. And I'm thinking nowadays maybe I could incorporate some reading would be pretty productive at the same time, but also just keep up the literary.
You're trying to be productive.
Yeah, I know. So I'm doing it.
Relaxation.
Yeah, I know. I'm doing it right now where I'm thinking of how I can plug the hole. But no, sometimes I think you do have to just be with your thoughts. Like it's so often I just do not get to my thoughts for weeks.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. I'm playing music in the shower. I'm like, there's constantly something. I'm cooking. I've got a video up.
Yep.
Just let me have thoughts.
I mean,
I miss them.
Your show that you're doing at Adelaide Fringe and Confest as well, Frequent Shit, is... I describe your show as like literally a TikTok feed. Yeah. Like it's just bit to bit to bit to bit to bit.
I'm trying to try and have like 3 different things happening at once. There's something on the screen while I'm doing something else completely different in the audience. There's sound effects going off. Yeah.
And I'm like, is that what your brain looks like?
Kind of. Like after like ADHD diagnosis, like blah, blah, blah. It's just everywhere. Everything everywhere all at once.
Yeah.
Shout out, great film.
It's that bagel.
Did the diagnosis help, do you think, with clarity?
Definitely. And medication as well. So I can just like But then I can't relax when I'm on that. If I'm not doing something, it hurts. I'm
just
on
hones
5
you
ends
in.
and I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah. But then once it wears off, relax.
Yeah. I've been getting told for years that you need to learn to relax. And it's only recently hit me when I realized that there are 50-year-old men out there that will go to the pub after work every single night because they can't sit with their own thoughts and relax. So they do that every night for the rest of their life and then avoid everything else. And I think, I don't want to be that.
No.
That's not the man I want to be one day. So that's why I'm so like a stickler for, I try and make sure my Monday is my day off. And I really try and push that. Unless there's something really important that pops up. But I'll try and have that as like a full relaxation day.
Yeah. I think there's something to what you were saying, like creating a ritual. It's like sitting down, I'm having a tea, whether it's like anything. Like, but that's what you do. Like getting ready for sleep. Like you lower the lights. Like, telling your brain it's time to relax.
I think
like,
to an
slow down.
To an extent, everyone kind of falls back on their habits, good or bad. So if you can create a kind of habit that you fall back on when you're feeling like you're getting really strung up, that could be really powerful. And I wish I had the experience of doing so to tell you it works and is really nice, but I really don't. I'm really experiencing the problem and not the solution still.
Well, you've got the couch set up. I think having a space to go to is something pretty big that isn't conflated with another space. I don't know if that's the right word.
Yeah. It's like working out in your bed.
Yeah.
Means you can't sleep.
Yeah.
Your brain's like, well, this is workout space.
This is workout space.
Yeah, exactly.
Instead of relaxing like space.
And my office is in my room. Like,
Even changing locations, I found the other day I brought out my little fold-out table and I just took it out to the grass spot outside. And I put my laptop and I was only there for maybe 15, 20. But it was
bugs everywhere. I got it for a little while. It was lovely.
I opened the laptop and I go, oh, the sun's so bright I can't even see it. But the 20 minutes of trying was really nice. And I thought, okay, location changes could be cool.
Yeah.
That could be a really fun way to shake it up a little
Reset.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And because I ended up just sitting out there in the sun and I thought, I wouldn't have done that today. I wouldn't have gone and sat at the side. That'd be a waste of time. But at least I tried to do something.
Yeah, I went really stir crazy the other day because I set aside an entire day just to relax. Worked a full Australian Open, and on my days off, I was on film sets. So I really did not relax at all in the month of January. So I had this full day off, and I was like, I'm just going to relax. And I just couldn't. I was just consuming and then guilty for not doing anything. And then I just went, fuck it, I'm gonna have an ice bath. And I stomped down the road to the Woolworths. I bought a bag of ice, and my housemate Stan's watching me do this whole thing like, what?
He's gone manic.
When do I step in?
Yeah. And when do we intervene?
Then I had the bath on for like the first time we've ever turned the bath on, and I was just like emptying this bag of ice, and he's standing there like, Joel,
it's my relaxation day.
And then he's like, okay, buddy. And he goes back to his room and then eventually just hears this of me like descending into the bathtub of ice. I'm like, I'm so relaxed right now.
But you felt relaxed afterwards, right?
It did help a little bit, but I still felt like I was just, I was a bit lost that day for sure.
Yeah.
Could not really find you really have to think about a strong reason of this is why I have to relax.
Yeah.
This is why I'm doing it. Otherwise, while you're relaxing, you'll be like, why the heck am I doing this?
And noting what actually works to relax. Because if you just try and pull at something and go, maybe going bowling or relax, you don't know if it's going to work or not. And especially if we're only taking a day a week or a day a month or something. Yeah. I know for me, if I just doodle cartoons, that is my zen zone. I'll put on music and I could do that for 2 hours straight. Completely zoned out, and there's not much that can let my brain stop bar that. And that changed my life. As soon as I realized that's a thing that actually works, you'll find me every Monday doing like a little cartoon.
That's great.
Yeah.
Put them on screen now.
Thanks for the
advertise it. It's your job now.
You know, that's the best part is I thought about it 1,000 times of, I should put these on an Instagram profile. Maybe I should be an artist. And I thought, no, that's the trap.
Then it's
just do it for you. And I think that's the first artistic thing I've ever done for me and just kept it to me, which is bizarre.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And I try and keep it that way as long as you can.
Yeah, no. I'm making sweet Patreon dollars of that.
Hey, NFTs are going to come back and make your own line of NFTs. Why not?
The cold bath is an interesting premise, though, of just shocking yourself when you're in such a flustered state of consume, doing something completely out of character.
Yeah.
But it isn't for anything. It's just for why not?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't have to be relaxing in what you think it is, as long as it's not for an end goal that's work or productivity.
That's the gold nugget of this conversation.
We got that. Thank you. That's us.
You were saying it before, like reading, you still feel like I'm learning now, so I'm doing productive things. If you go do something purely for I'm going to say it, I'm sorry for you, the bleeping we have to do, but for the of it, then amazing. If you go out and you're like, I'm going to build a sandcastle at the beach today, and it's going to have a tunnel underneath, and I can put my whole hand through, and I'm going to bring a little toy car from Kmart. That's for no one.
Yeah.
And it will have to be destroyed at the end of the day because you don't want other kids playing with your sandcastle.
You do have to pull the plug out the bathtub at the end of the day.
Why do you have a plug in the bathtub, Joel? You okay?
Get the ice in.
No, like to stop it from going down the drain.
Guys.
What do you mean the plug that stops the water from going down the drain? Am I crazy?
Oh, that plug. Sorry.
Yeah, the bath plug.
Yeah, you
think it shows where I'm at the moment.
got a black void. There's something going on with you.
Especially doing something new that's just for you. Like the ice bath, I think in the back of my head, I was like, this is going to force you to be present with yourself.
Yeah.
Because there's no way that your mind is trailing away when you get in that icy water.
You didn't get in there and go, where am I going with my life?
I know.
This black void stuff.
And if you're and if you're building a sandcastle, you're like, oh, I don't want this tunnel to cave in. I gotta like keep my mind on it and keep thinking about how I'm gonna solve that problem.
Yeah. I had this thing the other day. I had this idea of I have a salt lamp next to my bedside table, and I've been watching this person on YouTube that makes sculptures out of little rocks. Right. And I thought, what if I could do that? What if I bought $50 worth of super glue and rocks from Bunnings and gave it a go? For the day I glued rocks, I shit you not, best day of my life.
I think you're gonna say you're gonna slowly lick away at the salt lamp into like a bonsai, like
hospitalized. Spoiler alert. No, it was the most relaxing day because it was pointless. It was for nobody but me.
I think that's it. And like tricking your brain to focus on something else that has no end goal other than the thing.
Yeah. And I'd encourage if people to take away anything from this episode to just go and try things that you think might be interesting or fun just for you. Because in that 50-year-old man scenario you were talking about, like even if we all tried one new thing a week to see if we could find our relaxing thing, it's like you'd stack them up over the years and you can use that for the rest of your life. And it might adapt or change, but like having something would be, it's awesome.
Especially when your work, like if you watch a movie now, you probably are like analyzing it.
100%.
You can't help it.
Yeah.
And it's like...
Yeah,
like I can still relax.
Maybe
but
I
not
should
really.
make some content about this movie. Oh, damn
and
it!
That's I was about to say, don't post it anywhere if you're gonna do this frivolous activity, because that's the trap I fall into every single time. Of this would be great content.
Yeah,
this is a story. There's a story here to tell on the podcast. Or
yeah.
If you can just do something that's not podcast worthy at all, like the sand, like
turn your snap map off. No one cares. You're at the beach. Stop looking for attention.
If you got snap maps on, grow up. Come on.
I got rid of Snapchat long ago.
Same,
yeah.
But that's like if I get an idea or something and I'm like, no, I'm not working today. I'll like write it down, put it away. I can always come back to it later.
That did help.
Like this could be like, cool. This might be a story. This might be content. Write it down. Dot point.
Do you carry like a little notepad?
Just my notes app.
Yeah, no.
Phone's always on me.
Can't escape. Of course, can't escape. But sometimes at work, like I carry a notepad and a pen on me at all times. And it's also like if I do want to get in a flow state of something, but intrusive thoughts come in, I'll just write down on the notepad and then I keep moving. Try and stay in that beautiful flow state. Because even if you have to do something, I find that just allowing yourself to get in the flow of the one thing really helpful rather than switching tasks to editing this thing, then checking the messenger, and then clicking on the next chess move. You know, it's just it's too much.
I remember I had a chat with this guy called Roy Gray, who was a TikToker at the time who was famous for saying no fizzy drinks for me today. And he went on a 1,000-day streak. Do you remember? And he said to me in this interview, he goes, meditation can be anything. Meditation is as simple as this. Imagine someone gives you a boiling hot bowl of water and says, take that to the next room. The amount of focus you'll have that's like filled to the brim, you try not to spill it. And he says, I take that to everything in my work. If I'm cutting broccoli or if I'm doing notes at work, I just take that focus and that's meditative. And I was like, oh, breathe. You're not just a fizzy drink, man. You're a god.
Staying present in the one singular moment.
Yeah. Similar to the, tricking up, like, this is the only thing I can focus on right now.
Yeah. The only thing of importance.
Which I wonder how much of life that was. Like, were people in the 80s, like, just had all these things flying around at once, or were they more present without the presence of, like, the TikTokification of everything now?
I was thinking that today as I drove here. I thought, if Google Maps wasn't a thing, I would know all these roads because of Melways. And then I thought, what would my brain be back then? Filled with all this random stuff. Like, I know everyone's numbers, like phone numbers. Right. I know roads.
Yeah.
I remember people's names, right, guys?
Yeah.
But wild.
It's like, yeah, back then the information was all the maps and roads, and now the information is like, I know about all the elven clans in RuneScape. So I think there's always like a backlog of information.
Yeah, random
just useless stuff that people like you're gonna fill up in one way or another.
Yeah, being replaced. Hey, thank you so much for being here. This was really, really lovely. You gave the most beautiful gold nuggets. I feel really, really honored. That was like you gave us some really beautiful words, and I hope help y'all.
Yeah,
y'all being them.
Yeah,
the outsiders that we're making this for.
It's relaxing being a guest. I don't have to care about time or anything. It's great.
Yeah, well, tell us
about
on
a podcast.
Tell us about your pod because you run a podcast. Friend of the pod. Huh?
You've been on.
I've been on it. Yeah, go listen to my episode where I plug the Sharehouse.
Joel's been on.
Character improv podcast.
And what else are you doing? You doing shows that I mentioned?
Frequent Shit Live, Adelaide, Melbourne Comedy Festival. Look it up. I don't know the dates off the top of my head.
Right, what's your social media? Where do they do?
Conk. That's Conk 4 times. CONK 4 times in a row. On Instagram.
So bizarre that Conk once was taken.
I'm checking every day. 1, 2, and 3. I'm like,
I've reported the Mikey D 8 times. So I'll erase you there.
Conk has a Threads account. They're still active.
Dude, they got to it so quick. Threads so fresh.
Yeah.
But no, thank you. You can find us on all platforms. Email us literally anything.
Let's put a limitation on that. I don't want to see nudie bits.
Well, don't
email
do
me anything.
It's your email.
A burner email, constantscreaming@gmail.com. You can send anything. I'll check it out.
It's a welcome.
I'll reply.
Hey, make sure to tell someone you love them today. Bye.
Bye.
Love you.